Brian Cohen, what's the environment like right now for angel investors?
There is a frothy period now that we're going through. Everybody seems to want to be an angel investor. I mean everybody. Cousins, uncles, the crowdfunding phenomenon says, wait a minute, me too. I want to get in on that action. The angels that I keep seeing, however, act more like they're in the Hollywood business rather than the professional angel business. That's going to hurt them. They're not going to be able to find good companies because they won't know how to do the due diligence they need to. But they're everywhere. There's probably 250,000 active angel investors, and I mean active by being 10 investments or so per year. And there's probably another 2 to 3 million that do angel investing, but once a year.
And right now, the things that are hot are things which have pictures and apps, things like Pinterest, which you're involved in, and you saw last year that Facebook bought Instagram. How long is the hot window for these types of companies?
I don't see any end to it. As long as there's bright young people flocking into the urban centers like New York City, all thinking of the dream of a great new company through some wonderful new, easy to start idea, where starting a company now is approaching that of an unemployed person, there's going to be a lot of them. And there's going to be a lot of money to support those kids because some of these ideas are interesting. Not necessarily good businesses, but the action of looking at images is more the times. We like to be able to get information through images. People don't have the time to text, so they have time to share images.
And what should the CEOs of all these companies flocking to Silicon Alley in New York and going out to the West Coast, what should they know when approaching angel investors? Because a lot of times you only get one shot.
It's true. There's a bit of romanticism involved in it. I'm a hopeless romantic. I think there's an element of courting certain angel investors, certainly from the start with a good pitch, a good solid elevator pitch, as we like to call it. But it's really a lot of reaching out and connecting with them on a personal basis, finding out what they invest in. They're very impressed with that, knowing the kinds of things that they've done in their own lives as individual investors. There's a personal part to being an angel investor that they want to share with this entrepreneur. And if the entrepreneur could latch on to that, they have a better chance of succeeding.
And there's a lot of self-realization involved. How should the entrepreneur know that they're ready to approach an angel investor? Everyone thinks they're ready to approach someone with buckets of money to help them along with their business. But how should they really know that they're ready to make that step?
That's a good question. We've started an early catalyst fund, which generally talks to a lot of these young people before they even think they're ready, because that's when we want to talk to them. We want to get to them early as possible. When they know that they've got a belief in an idea, that they can fully describe, explain what the customer's interests are, that they spend time with the customer, that they can show that they know what the customer is thinking. I think at any time in that process, there's a variety of angel investors that would be interested in talking to them at the levels that they would provide different levels of money.
And then finally, companies want angel investors to provide more than money in some circumstances. They want knowledge as well. So how important is it not just to get 20,000 or 50,000 to get you started, but to get some knowledge, to get a good resume on your company's business cards?
It's huge, huge. One of the biggest reasons VCs do business with angels is so that when they make investments, the individual angel who started a company, they're mostly entrepreneurs, would say, I know these people in this business. I can get you through the doors. And that's the key. It isn't as much the knowledge of the marketplace, but it's the ability to make the connections. And to young entrepreneurs just starting out, getting those initial connections is everything.